This is Ken Pyle, and we're with Tanya Sullivan and Steve Pastorkovich of RWA and NTCA, and we're at the NTCA Wireless Symposium. So it's early in the conference still, but we've heard some very good conversations about changing, the importance of changing, also 600 megahertz wireless, the auctions that are to be. What are some of your quick impressions of what we've seen so far and what we should expect?
Well, I'm really pleased with the engagement of the attendees. We've had a lot of great sessions so far, and change management kicked off the program, which I think is very appropriate because our members need to start thinking about how they adjust their business practices so that they can survive in rural America with communications, with wireless, with broadband.
Well, and the fact that it's here with CES, I think that's a big part of the change, getting CES involved, and I know, Steve, you were involved with that. If you want to comment.
Well, sure thing, Ken. Mike Berg of Consumer Electronics was talking about unlicensed spectrum and the role it plays in the economy. Of course, a lot of our members have licensed spectrum, but a lot are doing things in the unlicensed realm as well. And this conference covers both because a lot of them have, a lot of our members have very active interests in both licensed and unlicensed services.
Are we going to see, I know we have some panels coming up on bundling and so forth, but are we going to see some discussions of that, of how those two, the wired and licensed and unlicensed, kind of converge together?
Absolutely. We're looking at things like customer service, the marketing experience, and all those things are they're not dependent on whether it's licensed or unlicensed spectrum, because Wi-Fi is such a big part of what consumers are buying and the devices that our members are servicing one way or the other through their networks. So this connection with CES really makes a lot of sense for our members' perspectives.
Did you have anything to add, Tanya?
Yeah, we are trying to make sure that we match up our sessions to meet the needs and the challenges of our member companies. And so talking about wireless in general and not looking at it as just one specific flavor of wireless, but really more of mobility. And that's what consumers want today, and that's what these companies are positioned to provide.
Well, and we're past lunch hour now, and so it's a little quiet in here, but it's a very nice setting here as far as the very intimate booths, lunch all together in one place.
That's one thing that we really like about this conference. So many of the conferences, like the broader CES, it's so huge you can get lost in it. We kind of feel like this is more like Thanksgiving dinner table, where everyone can make some really good connections, have good, solid conversations, and learn from one another. Because that networking aspect of these conferences is one of the most valuable benefits, and that's something that our members tell us, and that's how we factor this into how we set up the conference.
We do have very good attendance, but I agree with Tanya that this conference is pretty right-sized for what we're trying to accomplish for our members here.
Well, and it sets up a nice couple days for going to CES afterwards, too.
Yeah, it's kind of like training boot camp before they get onto the big show floor. This is our second year with CES. We have heard great feedback on being here. So this is something that we're going to always evaluate based on our members' needs and wants. But for the last 2 years, it's proven to be quite successful.
Well, excellent. I wish you luck with the rest of the conference and with CES.
Thanks, Ken.
Thank you.
Operators, if you haven't already, register for the CO to Data Center event at ITS Fiber. It is next month, right after NTCA's Telecom Executive Forum in sunny and warm Florida.